So I love this. I love when the cards connect, when it's like one after the other and they're all related to each other. But basically, the Nine of Pentacles. So this is all about material success, independence, achieving balance between work and leisure. And it all often represents financial stability and the ability to enjoy the future of one's labor. So, like I was saying before, right? They are gaining the strength to come back, and how they've been gaining the strength is because they've been working on themselves. They've been working on their passions, their goals. They've been working on their financial stability. And they could have been very workaholics before, and they could have been doing something that didn't make them happy, and now they're doing something that aligns with their mission, right? And they've been putting a lot of energy into that. And now they're getting to a place where they're ready to come back because they're like, okay, I don't want to be all about work, 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 work. I want to enjoy the future of my labor. I've put myself in a position where I'm financially stable, and now I want to enjoy it with my divine feminine. So they're probably like now open to the idea of balancing work and play. And so that's what they're going through right now, is that they're like in the mindset where they've gained their financial achievement, and now they can enjoy it and enjoy it with their divine feminine. So they're not coming back how they were before, just completely workaholics, obsessed with work and not giving time to divine feminine. No, they're learning that, okay, I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy it with the divine feminine and balance my time between the two, right? So yeah, that's what that's what that means. So now we got the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is good that it's in reverse because it means discovering the light at the end of the tunnel, following a period of darkness. And it represents, improving, letting go of negativity, releasing tension, and learning to cope with depression, mental illness, and other challenges. So your divine counterpart could have gone through something very heavy, either through the separation or before they met you, that made them not trustworthy towards love and make them give up on love and make them feel like they weren't worthy of love because of all the things that they faced, their childhood trauma, past relationships, people being manipulative, untrustworthy, not loyal, all of these things your divine masculine could have gone through. And so now they're getting to a place where they're like, okay, I'm healing my mind, I'm healing my anxiety, I've been doing all these things to strengthen myself, right? And I've been focusing on all these things on a personal level, mind, body, and soul, but also been focusing on getting my pentacles in place, right? Getting my financial stability so that I feel worthy of my divine feminine. I feel worthy within my own skill, whether I'm with my divine feminine or not. So they were going through a hard mental struggle before of not being able to let go, holding on to the ego, holding on to fears, holding on to all these things. And now they're getting to that period where they're letting go of all those things. They're releasing all these things because all these things are coming to fruition and their mindset is shifting. So they're ready to come back into alignment with their divine feminine because they both are going through the same thing where they're releasing, where the divine feminine had to release stuff as well. And by her releasing stuff, they're coming on the same frequency because they've both been doing the work to release stuff. And the whole thing about learning to cope with depression, right? Like your divine masculine and yourself probably went through lots of periods where you just were emotionally dysregulated. So, and your nervous system was imbalanced because of all the trauma that you had experienced and the trauma that you weren't dealing with. So by facing it and doing the shadow work and doing all that stuff, now you've gone to a place where you still feel emotional, where you still feel overwhelmed, where you still have moments of sadness or even depression, sometime, but you get yourself out of it. You don't stay in that. You don't feel like, oh my God, my whole life is falling apart. You get to a place where you ride the wave, where you allow yourself to feel that and be in that moment. And then you go on to something else once the wave has passed, or you find something that brings you a little bit of joy, or you talk yourself through it and be like, hey, what's going on? Why am I feeling like this? Is there something that I need to look at? And you work through it. Whereas before you would just be obsessing, overthinking, going over and over the same thought and making yourself feel worse and worse. And now you don't do that. You or your divine masculine have been able to get over that. So now you got the hold on. Sorry, now you got the Seven of Cups, right? And the Seven of Cups is about choices, opportunities, and the illusion of reality. It's about facing multiple possibilities, some of which may be tempting, but ultimately unrealistic or fleeting. The card advises caution, encouraging a realistic assessment of desires and a focus on tangible goals rather than chasing dreams that may not materialize. So, this could be about overcoming all these things and then um, going through what makes sense. How do I make this possible? And it's probably like also a contemplation of like, is this really feasible? Like there could be having still some thoughts of, is this person like coming back? Is this person gonna take me back? Is this person gonna trust me again? Is this person gonna be there for me? So it's like they have all these dreams of what they want to see come to fruition, like the ten of Pentacles and the Star card and all of these things. Like they see all these things that they could be a possibility, but they're still going through in their mind like, is this realistic? Am I being unrealistic of what I see happening because there's too much damage that happened, right? So they still are going back and forth with their, and that's why this card came back uh, um, out of it before, that they're getting to a place where they're feeling confident and they're getting through their insecurities and the depression and all this stuff. But because of all this pain that they've gone through, they still are like, is it realistic me going after this? Is it still on the table? Is it still something that's there for me, right? So they're weighing out the possibilities of how will the if I reach out, how will the conversation go? What will it be like? Will it be the same? And nothing will be the same because of the fact that both of you guys have grown. However, it's not about being the same. It's about coming as the new versions of each other and working on the things that you didn't created the separation to begin with, even though everything's about divine timing and it needed to happen, but you don't want to repeat the same things of the past. So it's like, if communication was the issue, then both of you guys have worked through healing that and will communicate more effectively with each other. And they could be in a position where they're faced with lots of opportunities. It could be romantic partners, it could be job opportunities, it could be places to live. So they're faced with all these opportunities, and the illusion of what things could be distracting them from what their heart is telling them what they want, right? Where their heart is telling them to go. So it's about, don't allow the illusion of what the reality could be like stop you from making the choice that your heart is telling you to go after. But there's something else that I'm hearing too, because it says a realistic assessment of desires and focus on tangible goals rather than chasing dreams that may not materialize. But that could be illusion itself, because it's like a realistic assessment is like when you are following your heart, it's not realistic because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict the future. All you can do is try and go after something, that dream, that passion, that desire, and hopefully it works out, right? So it's like we need to get over our fears and our ego and stop looking at things as like, is this realistic or not? And just follow our heart, take that leap of faith. That's like just like letting go of control and surrendering to the universe. You don't know if it's going to work out. You don't even know if the thing is real or not that you believe in. And if you have a realistic approach of, if a realistic approach of faith, then it doesn't work because it's not realistic. It's not tangible. You can't see it. So you have to chase your dreams. You have to get over yourself and take that leap of faith to hopefully things work out, whatever your heart and intuition is leading you to do.